street culture that was being talked about, a lot of those OGs either passed away or when they returned from jail, we're talking about reform. We're talking about this not the road you want to go down. This is different decisions you want to make. Or if you had solid individuals in your neighborhood, they would push you in another direction to be like, you don't want to be here. Because really, we out here for survival, and they don't know another way to survive, another way to then turn that survival into thriving, right? Because what tools are they handed? I think from learning from our past generation and seeing what happens when you make different decisions, a lot of us are like, okay, a little bit more conscious of what we can do to still thrive and be true to our culture and true to our people. And we went through a period of time where we also seen our own version of police brutality or racism or just being marginalized in a variety of different ways because it looks different in every era. And I think once our generation really got hip to that, a lot of us now are rapping from a perspective of how do we win and beat the system without having to put ourselves at risk, and how do we then set a foundation or create a new foundation for those that are coming up behind us to become even more successful. And now rap is kind of in a space where it's a little bit more positive, a little bit more conscious than the typical messages that would be out there as far as like hit them up, shoot them up, trapping, doing this, doing that. And I think some of our consumers are a little tired of some of the same messaging because it's not being reinvented. It's just kind of being redundant at this point. There's not any new street stories. But also there's a lot more people who are in a more conscious space trying to be entrepreneurs, trying to create generational wealth, trying to create all of these things. And you realize, okay, I can't do that through illegal methods because people are watching. Even if they aren't doing anything about it right now, they're building their case. Everybody's trying to build their equity to show what their stake is in this current climate of the world and of hip hop. And I don't think the people who are in charge of the commercial success really want to push that narrative, because what will that do for our people? If there's a lot of positive messaging out there, there's a lot of resilient messaging out there, there's a lot of more just a different way of thinking about our everyday situations and like relationships, your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your community, your relationship with yourself. You know, we're kind of thinking about these things differently, and it's coming through the music differently. Now you still have to be able to, talent-wise, hit it on the mark and make it sound good, make it feel good. And I think that's something that some people are figuring out. But a person like myself, like, I kind of figured out my niche in that lane, and that was really building the world around it. But will the masses pick it up? I think organically, yes. But will those in charge want to push it that way? I'm not too sure about that, because then what does that do to their agenda?